Humanity sets the agenda.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As we welcome you once again this morning, Election Day in South Africa on this Monday morning, the 1st of November, as our election broadcast kicks off this morning. News and views. I am Inayat Wadi. We welcome our listeners, our viewers right across the various platforms. We are coming to you live from our studio here at the IEC Results Centre in Pretoria. You can view the developments on our Facebook page and also on our YouTube channel. We welcome our listeners at Al-Ansar, Durban, Pietermaritzburg, and just wonderful having you on this day of election. And this is a day where you make your vote count. This is the municipal elections. It is the local government elections. Now, looking ahead at the show this morning, we have got, in fact, against this impressive background here at the IEC Results Centre, we've got live crossings from right across the entire country, from Soweto out in the Western Cape, in Polokwane, and we will be crossing to our teams on the ground to provide you with regular updates on what is happening on Election Day. Amongst some of the other issues that we will be talking about, we've got a crossing in India where there have been major concerns about 4 mosques that have been vandalized and several Muslim-owned properties that have been ransacked by far right-wing groups in India. But a lot of the program this morning and the show will be focused on government elections. So we welcome you to the show. We want you to stay with us as we bring you coverage of the 2021 local government elections, and throughout the day, Salaamedia will be providing regular crossings. We've got a number of shows lined up from the IEC Results Centre from now right until the results are announced on Thursday. So stay with us, stay with Salaamedia.
Every 60 seconds, a silent pandemic claims the life of a child. Unsafe water is having a devastating global impact on health and livelihoods. Islamic Relief is at the forefront, providing clean and safe water to vulnerable communities around the world. Our tailored approach to sustainable water solutions enable families not just to survive, but to thrive, ensuring they stay healthy and safe. Give water, give life with Islamic Relief.
Looking to get your kick? Kiki's have now reopened on 235 Matthews Maiwa Road in Durban. Head on over for the Taste with Kick. We offer something scrumptious for everyone in the family. Wraps, chicken tikka, burgers, tender grills, mocktails, milkshakes, and so much more. Corporate and events catering available. Visit our social media pages for more info or call 031 209 0119. Kiki's, the Taste with Kick.
Africa. For your convenience, the Africa Muslims Agency's Durban office has moved to 797 Jan Smuts Highway, Sherwood, Durban. Our friendly staff are eagerly awaiting to receive, advise, and share with you the current ongoing campaigns and projects that you have been supporting for the last 35 years. Visit us at 797 Jan Smuts Highway, Sherwood, or call 031 207 5676. Africa Muslims Agency, inspiring the spirit of giving.
Oh, it's going on ITV as well.
World-class financial services only at Sapphire Global, your financial partner. If you are looking for Islamic, Sharia, and ethical financial products, look no further. Sapphire Global offers a wide range of financial service offerings, from short-term to life and investments. A full-service center with all financial requirements under one brand. Our highly skilled and experienced consultants are ready to help protect your financial future. Contact us on 041 001 0184 or visit our website on www.sapphireglobalfs.com. Sapphire Global is an authorized financial services provider.
These days, I'm more health conscious than ever. So tonight, it's stir fry for dinner, cooked in healthy Helios pure sunflower cooking oil. Helios is pure sunflower goodness, packed with omega-6. That's good for your heart, and is approved as part of the Heart and Stroke Foundation eating plan. Dinner's ready! Helios, pure sunflower cooking oil. A healthy family is a happy one.
After all these years, millions of Syrian
Mithiborwala.
refugees and
That's the
displaced
guy's
persons are still struggling
The
to
guy
get
from
adequate
India.
food and nutrition.
Mithiborwala.
Since 2014, the Al-Imdad Foundation's Flour for Syria campaign has provided
Mithi
daily
means
bread to
sweet.
these Syrians. For just
Borwala is
5,000
you get
rand,
those,
you can
it's
sponsor
like
1 ton
like
of
a
flour
fruit
and
you
ensure that
get with the fruit
10,000
there.
pita loaves
So
are
maybe
delivered to
they make
desperate
the
Syrian
sweet
communities.
fruit so the
Part
family had a
donations are
history of
also
it.
accepted.
Yeah.
Visit alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
On the 1st of November 2021, Mzansi heads to the polls.
Stay tuned and in touch as Salaamedia brings you the latest news and insights on your
Batman
local
Ismail.
government elections, live from various
He's on.
voting stations.
Be sure to exercise your right and vote wisely, because your vote makes a difference.
Remember, your vote is your voice.
This is Salaamedia.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042-203-1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
The following political party advertisement has been paid for by the party concerned.
Activism brings progress, and with that progress comes change. The Active Citizens Coalition encourages everyone to revive the spirit of activism in your streets, communities, and wards. As a promoter and supporter of ratepayers associations, we as the ACC are asking you to make your mark for progress and change. Vote ACC. We have already been working in your best interest. This is the dawn of the new beginning of change. If you have heard of eThekwini Secure, then you will know the Active Citizens Coalition. Look for the ACC logo on both ballots when you cast your vote on 1 November. Make the right choice.
Listen to something fresh. Listen to Salaamedia.
At 19 minutes past 8 a.m., we welcome you to the show, and this is All Systems Go from the IEC Results Centre. And looking at the background, there's a hive of activity already on the floor of the IEC Results Centre. Regular updates will be provided as to how the elections go, as we also welcome our ITV listeners this morning who are part of the feed, and also looking ahead at the day. A lot of coverage from the elections right across the entire country. Now, one of the new players in the election space, in the local government space this year, has been the Active Citizens Coalition. They fielding something like 80 candidates across KwaZulu-Natal, the greater Durban area, and from time to time we have been talking, but today is the day where it counts. This is the day where your vote counts, and this morning we joined by Mohammed Batman Ismail, who is a member of the Active Citizens Coalition. Mohammed, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mohammed, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sorry, Maaf, man. I was just trying to get a good point where I could get a good Wi-Fi signal. And I'm under the shed here. Okay, there you can see me and I can see myself. Thank you for having me on the show. Jazakallah.
Yes,
I am the Secretary General of the East.
I see that bright orange shirt, alhamdulillah, and it's All Systems Go. A lot of hard work in the build-up to the elections. But today is the day when it's going to count, Mohammed.
Oh, absolutely, it is. We've had alhamdulillah, some nice responses this morning already on all our social media platforms, and people are giving us their support. Alhamdulillah, I'm very, very grateful for that. And it's very exciting, because it's been quite a long road that we've traversed to get to the point where we are. And, I can't define my feelings this morning, whether it's anxiety or excitement or an amalgamation of the two, whatever the case might be. And my phone has started ringing early this morning after Fajr. So I've been at it all the time, all along.
Yes, now in the build-up, you and I have spoken a lot of times, and just to reiterate, looking at the Active Citizens Coalition, this is now a coalition of individuals that have come together, many of them social activists, many have done wonderful work, sterling work for the community, and at the end of the day, it is about being close to the community, but more importantly, urging and encouraging your constituency to come out in numbers and vote.
Oh, absolutely. We would like them to, because they know our work that we did in the past. And this campaign, there were various factors that came into play, COVID, the unrest, and everything else. But it must be made known that we never did run on the backdrop of those issues and promoted our party. We didn't, because we used our other platforms like eThekwini Secure, eThekwini Outreach, for people to know us. And we've been doing the work for a long time now, 5, 6, 7 years, as activists, as community participants, leaders, whatever you want to call us, even in the safety and security sector, which is very, very vital when it comes to service delivery. So many people understand this. We also had to sort of empower many people to understand which space we have fallen in, which lane we are driving in. So, obviously, at the end of the day, the ballot counts. I mean, people can tell you, hey, we'll support you, but putting down the cross on that ballot is going to make the difference. And after that, when we get into office, inshallah, we're not going to portray ourselves as councillors, as it were, because we need to be project managers, and we need to start managing things in our communities and take it back to the people and start activating them and empowering them to say, listen, guys, we are here now. We've spoken in this space here. It's up to you now to work with us, because we are your project managers, not just the councillor, as it were. And we're not going to say we're politicians, because we're not. We're still activists that have entered a political arena with a different flavor, a different seasoning, and a different approach. So it's up to the community now to join us to make a difference, to improve. That's why we say this is the dawn of the beginning of change.
Mohammed, what sort of feedback are you getting from the polling stations where you are fielding your candidates?
Well, firstly, I would tell my candidates, don't forget to vote for yourself, right? The feeling outside is, jovial. A lot of supporters have come through. The candidates who are standing outside the voting stations have been very enthusiastic in leaning their support towards us. Apart from that, I just want to digress a little bit. There have been some issues with some voting stations not yet open, but minor issues, and that is getting through. But the general feel and support for the Active Citizens Coalition is very alhamdulillah, and that's the best word that I can use this morning.
Yes, and what sort of response have you been having from the general public in the build-up with your campaign and in the build-up to the elections?
There's been a lot of support. It's been varied, and no lie about that. But people are talking ACC in communities, in like Overport, for example, where I live. Every single person that I've come into contact with saying, hey, they know me as Batman. Say, Batman, you know what? We're going to be voting for you guys. Hey, Batman, you guys are the guys who are going to be bringing change. And even in the WhatsApp platforms, people have shown their support openly. And of course, you get the haters, the detractors. We're not worried about that. We'll work with whoever we need to work with in getting things done in our community. So the support has been warm. I won't say warm. That's the wrong word to use. The support has been great from what we've been gathering. Even yesterday, when the guys were out there doing the motorcades in Chatsworth, in Phoenix, and in Overport itself, Durban North, it's been phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
Yes,
and inshallah, that must translate.
Just to reiterate, Mohammed, you're talking of the greater Durban area at this point in time, where you fielded most of your candidates.
Yes, we're only contesting the eThekwini municipality because that was only within our capacity as new entrants into the political arena. And you must remember, we were a small number of people where this whole party started from. And just to go back in history, our party president, Imtiaz, and myself, one day, I think it was around about 2016, 2017, we passed each other on the road, and I hailed him down, and we sat down, and that time we were doing community police forums and other work together. And I said, hey, listen, Imtiaz, let's start a political party, because this was in my head for a long, long time. And we had a chat, and he says, listen, Bats, we're not ready for that yet. And we continued building up that momentum as we went. In 2018, we were ready. We had to do what we had to do. Our party was registered on the 1st of November 2019. And let it be known that it's a very significant date, because the 1st of November 2019, our party was registered. 1st of November 2021, we're casting our votes. So alhamdulillah for that.
Yes. Now, obviously, the voting will take place from now right until 8 p.m. when the polling stations...
9 o'clock.
9 p.m. Is it 9 p.m.? Okay. 9 p.m.
Correct,
until the polling stations close. Just in terms of voters, are they starting to come in already? What sort of activity is taking place? Because, obviously there would be a huge interest in the elections on the ACC, but just getting a feel for people interested in voting and coming through to the polling stations this morning, Mohammed.
Some people have already casted their votes, and those who are familiar with me have texted me already, said, hey, we went out there, casted my vote, now I'm going to spend the day in my garden. There's a lot of activity right now happening that we sort of have been receiving updates from my candidates. They aren't long queues, but people are beginning to come to the voting station and start their votes. There's 1 or 2 voting stations that haven't opened yet due to technical reasons. There's another one where they're taking in all the elderly people going in to cast their votes. So there is a build-up. It's still very early in the morning. Let's see how it goes through the day. But you must also remember, late in the afternoon, people generally come and flood the voting stations because they want to vote now. And I just want a word of advice to everybody who wants to vote late. Please do not go to the voting station at 9 o'clock. You're not going to be allowed inside. Be there early. Be inside the perimeter of the voting station. Don't wait for the last minute, because you're going to be disappointed. And we don't want you to be disappointed. We want you to cast your vote for whoever you're going to cast your vote for. But of course, you have to cast it for us at the Active Citizens Coalition. So that's where it's at right now.
Team Orange it is, Mohammed. Team Orange it is. Just a final message to your supporters.
Supporters, my candidates, our party agents, our volunteers, thank you very much for putting your faith in us. We have, myself included, we've renewed every day as the work goes on. We renew our intention, and we give thanks to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us this opportunity where we are today. And you guys have done a very, 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 very sterling job, especially my candidates. We worked with zero budget. You have self-financed. You financed yourselves. You've spent your own money doing what you've had to do, and we've come we've traveled miles and miles ahead. So this day is yours. Seize it and do the best that there is there. I've got your back, guys.
Well, it's the dawn of a new beginning, Mohammed. We wish you well. We wish everybody at the Active Citizens Coalition well, inshallah, and looking forward to the day, and I'm sure we will get regular updates as well. And comes 9 p.m. tonight when the polling stations close and the votes are counted, inshallah. Let's see what happens.
Before you go, I'm going to be at the Moses Mabhida Results Operational Centre a little bit later if you want to touch base after 9 o'clock this evening when they start getting the results in.
Well, perfect. Jazakallah khairan so much for that. Coming on and talking to us on this day, on election day, Mohammed Batman Ismail. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mohammed Batman Ismail, new players in the political arena in the eThekwini region, the Active Citizens Coalition fielding 80 candidates right across the region. We're going to go for an ad break. We come back and we're going to cross over to one of the most famous streets in Soweto this morning, where our very own Salaamedia Makwidiri is standing by. How's it? Right. Salaamedia is going to take us through the whole thing. I just seen that note yesterday.
Any Appeal South Africa is currently on the ground working with communities to provide essential items to those severely affected. Donate toward the Penny Appeal Hardship Fund today and assist us in caring for families for a 3-month period with essentials and assistance to small businesses affected by the devastating effects of the unrest. Help us help our city. www.pennyappeal.org.za or call 031 11 00 573. Penny Appeal. Small change, big difference.
What makes Randery Jewelers
the same would go for the one in Polokwane?
Is it our range of exclusive, high-end, luxurious
to the One Nation
or is it our master craftsmanship of all your bespoke jewellery needs? We believe it's because at Randery Jewelers, we know just how to make your special moments last forever. Whether it's for a wedding, anniversary, or just a simple gift to show your love, trust Randery Jewelers to make it special. www.randery.co.za randaryjewelers.com. Make your moments last forever with Randary Jewelers, the family name you can trust.
The SANZAF Meals Distribution Project distributes over 85,000 meals monthly. With your assistance, we would like to increase our outreach to even more individuals. Sponsor a meal for as little as 12 Rand or sign up for a debit order from 48 Rand monthly. Visit us at sanzaf.org.za or call us on 011 834 6046 for more information. SANZAF, changing lives through development and relief.
Babu, why don't you loosen your belt a bit more?
But why now?
Well, it's very tight, blocking air to your brain.
Haju, this is only a start. I need to tighten up a bit more. Funds are tight and the cost of living is high.
Funds are not tight. It's your haram insurance which is tightening our budget.
Okay, Haju. I will call my insurance friend tomorrow.
Maybe I must tighten up on my cooking from now on too.
No, Haju, we don't need to tighten up. It's okay. Look, I'm even throwing away my belt.
Don't tighten your belt. Change your insurance. Leaving Riba Insurance is easier than you think. Call Amana IFS for all your personal and commercial takaful needs. 0861 786 393. Amana, leave Riba for good.
Amana IFS is a registered financial services provider.
Osman's Taj Mahal Spice and Rice. For over 80 years, Osman's Taj Mahal have been perfecting the art of the perfect blend of spices, pure, aromatic, and well-seasoned. Spices to tantalize your taste buds, from creative cuisines to gastronomical gourmet goodies, from exotic odors to traditional dishes. Osman's Taj Mahal have remained synonymous with quality spices and condiments. Taj Mahal rice, beans, and lentils. Try our range of chili bite mixes, rose and ilachi syrup, our quick and easy biryani pack, and our traditional range of spice blends. Osman's Taj Mahal. There is no substitute for quality.
Duzi Med Medicine Depot, retail pharmacy and emergency medical depot. Conveniently situated in the Duzi Med Medical Centre, corner Burger and Bossel Street, Pietermaritzburg. We provide safe, affordable and convenient medical facilities. Open till 10 p.m. every day of the year. We have a full house clinic that operates from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., which is run by a qualified sister. The clinic offers immunization, vaccination, wellness, general consultation, and more. Call Duzi Med Medicine Depot on 033 3421 Duzi Med Medicine Depot, your pharmacy of choice.
How will I be able to hear you guys?
Gift of the Needy is working tirelessly to bring relief and hope to families burdened by poverty and distress. Our ongoing projects include aid to those affected and infected by COVID-19. Donate now. Standard Bank, Gift of the Needy, Zakah account 272-327-654. Visit our website on www.giftoftheneedy.com. Call 031-271-3102. Gift of the Needy, bringing ease to those in need.
Salaamedia, a global voice for humanity.
The time is just gone 8:34 a.m. We continue our live election broadcast on the airwaves of Salaamedia, coming to you live from the IEC, from the Results Centre in Pretoria, on the various platforms of Salaamedia, on Facebook, on YouTube, also linking up with Al-Ansar, Durban, Pietermaritzburg, and our ITV viewers this morning who are taking our feed live from the Results Centre. We're going across now, and it is hashtag local government elections 2021, and we're going to have a live crossover to one of the most famous streets in Soweto, Vilakazi Street, and this is where our producer Salailo Makodiri is standing by.
you just casted your vote? Are you? But you said there was no difference, but you continue to do it. So that means that they must be paid.
It's paid. That's what I'm saying. It's paid. So that's it. That's paid.
Yes, we need to apologize for that, and that was our own Salailo Makudiri. Unfortunately, due to signal issues, we couldn't hear him very, very clearly, but some of the visuals that we were getting coming out of Soweto showing a relatively quiet Vilakazi street, and this is one of the most famous streets in Soweto, but relatively quiet at this point in time. I suppose many people still waking up, having their breakfast, and going to make their way to the polling station. But this is what today is going to be about, where people, it is a public holiday in South Africa, it is election day, so many people will possibly get to the polling stations a bit later. But the key issue here is how much interest there is really on elections and the local government elections coming against the background of the pandemic that we obviously have had to contend with. And we heard yesterday the IEC making announcement with regard to people, special votes that were being cast, people even being visited in their homes to be able to cast their votes. So there were a number of special votes that were cast until yesterday. Now, just looking behind me is the Results Centre. We've seen various media houses putting up their facilities and their broadcast studios, and we will be, from time to time, we will be linking up with some of the people that will be converging in the at the IEC Results Centre throughout the course of the day. Very little is expected to happen today at the Results Centre because it's purely about logistics. It's about making sure that all systems for the elections are on the go, but also at the same time any problem areas. We heard earlier on from Mohammed Batman Ismail, some of the polling stations haven't opened yet due to technical issues, and we will have that from time to time throughout the day, where some of these issues will come to the fore, and I'm sure the IEC during their press briefings throughout the day will address some of the issues and provide us with an update as to how the elections have been going and how they have been progressing throughout the day, and also taking a look specifically at any specific problem areas. Salaamedia will be here. We are going to bring you live broadcasts from now right until this evening, and also some of the live crossings throughout the day. Now, what we can also expect is we will be linking up with One Nation 88.9 FM out in Polokwane. There is a huge interest in Polokwane, considering one man, the son of the soil, and this is what his poster reads, Julius Malema, and I think that is going to be quite critical. Also looking at some of the other opposition parties and how they are likely to fare in the elections. We know what had happened in the last elections. A number of metros were taken over by the opposition parties. What is the ANC, what is the governing party going to be doing this time around? And how well are they going to do, considering that there have been huge question marks that have been raised against the ruling party, particularly when one talks about service delivery, governance issues, municipalities being non-compliant and coming under the spotlight, the whole corruption scandals that have been taking place. So all of that taking into account, we are going to be quite interested in seeing how the ruling party does. Also looking at some of the new players this time around. We've got Action SA, that is a new player that is in the political space. Also looking at the number of independent candidates. There have been many independent candidates that have been fielded this time around, and these are many individuals that are close to their communities, that have been working within their communities. So that is another area that one needs to be watchful of in terms of how the independent candidates will be doing this time around. But looking at our broadcast, we have got Mariam Mkwanda, who will be coming on from 11 until 1, and we've got Salailo Makodiri. He'll be joining us in the afternoon. We will be providing you with analysis in the evening on the day's events, on how the day has gone. But more importantly, tomorrow is where it's going to all happen here at the IEC Results Centre. There is this huge board, the leaderboard, where all eyes will be on the leaderboard. We will see many of the political players, leadership in political parties who will be converging at the IEC Results Centre tomorrow as the results start to flow. And immediately after polling stations close tonight at 9 o'clock, they will start counting, and I'm sure during the early hours of the morning we will see some of these results starting to filter through, and looking at some of the bigger areas throughout tomorrow and also on Wednesday. Thursday we are expecting the final results to be announced, and remember, you are in the company of Salaamedia this morning on the various platforms, and also our ITV listeners. We welcome you. We are happy, and we are honored to have you with us as part of the broadcast this morning, and also our listeners at Al Ansar in Durban and Pietermaritzburg. We're going to go for a break, and when we come back, we're going to cover one or two international stories this morning. Apart from the elections, a lot taking place in India at this point in time. We've heard about 4 mosques being vandalized, and some of the issues surrounding religious violence that is taking place out in India. So stay with us, don't go away.
Life of a child. Unsafe water is having a devastating global impact on health and livelihoods. Islamic Relief is at the forefront, providing clean and safe water to vulnerable communities around the world. Our tailored approach to sustainable water solutions enable families not just to survive, but to thrive, ensuring they stay healthy and safe. Give water, give life with Islamic Relief.
Looking to get your kick? Kiki's have now reopened on 235 Matthews Maiwa Road in Durban. Head on over for the Taste with Kick. We offer something scrumptious for everyone in the family. Wraps, chicken tikka, burgers, tender grills, mocktails, milkshakes, and so much more. Corporate and events catering available. Visit our social media pages for more info or call 031 209 0119. Kiki's, the Taste with Kick.
Reliable access to clean water could save thousands of lives each day. With proper sanitation and easy access to fresh, clean water, communities can flourish. Our Thirst Relief Appeal provides clean water to communities in Asia, Africa, and the Middle East by building deep wells and providing sustainable water and hygiene solutions. A monthly donation of as little as 700 Rand could build a well for a community in need. That's only 23 Rand a day. Donate today. www.pennyappeal.org.za or call 031 11 00 573. Penny Appeal. Small change, big difference.
These days, I'm more health conscious than ever. So tonight it's stir fry for dinner, cooked in healthy Helios pure sunflower cooking oil. Helios is pure sunflower goodness, packed with omega-6. That's good for your heart and is approved as part of the Heart and Stroke Foundation eating plan. Dinner's ready! Helios, pure sunflower cooking oil. A healthy family is a happy one.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness. And every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and freezer card calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
As the crisis in Palestine continues, the Africa Muslims Agency teams are on the ground facilitating emergency food and medical assistance to the affected families. Donate 15,000 rand or any amount and help the people of Palestine. Call AMA now on 083-251-9376 or donate online at africamuslimsagency.co.za. Africa Muslims Agency, inspiring the spirit of giving.
With up to 97% of Gaza's water supply unfit for human consumption, desalinated water is the only hope to avoid catastrophe. The Al-Imdad Foundation has been operating desalination plants and delivering safe water in the Gaza Strip since 2014. Help us continue providing clean, safe drinking water in Gaza by donating your lila or sadaqah today. Visit alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
On the 1st of November 2021, Mzansi heads to the polls.
Stay tuned and in touch as Salaamedia brings you the latest news and insights on your local government elections, live from various voting stations.
Be sure to exercise your right and vote wisely, because your vote makes a difference.
Remember, your vote is your voice.
This is Salaamedia.
The time is just gone 12 minutes to 9 a.m. as we continue our broadcast, and we're just moving away from the elections for a few minutes and going across to India, talking with Feroze Mithiborwala, who is an Indian activist, and he is based out in India. Now, it is with concern we have learned about 4 mosques, at least 4 mosques that have been vandalized, and Muslim-owned properties that have been ransacked by far-right groups in the northeastern state of India called Tripura. And joining us this morning on the show is Feroze Mithiborwala. Feroze, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome. Yes, wonderful that you are able to join us. We do appreciate your time with us this morning. And let's just talk about this North Indian state of Tripura. What is the state like, and also looking at the influence of these far-right groups in this part of the world?
Yes, Tripura is in the northeast of India. Essentially, it is about Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram, that end of the far northeast of the country. Tripura is a state where you have, these are very small states with small populations, and essentially until now Tripura has been a very calm state. It was under the rule of the communist CPIM, mainly the Communist Party of India, and until now there were not too many problems. But in the last elections, the right-wing Hindutva party, the Bharatiya Janata Party, came to power. And since then, the problems have started. And in the last 10 days, we have had massive attacks on the Muslim community in Tripura. They're about 10% of the population over there. And we have at least 15 mosques that have been destroyed. Lots of houses and properties, commercial properties, business establishments that have been destroyed. The national and the regional media has not been following the story. It has been mainly coming through with local, mobile video stories that have been posted online, through which we've been following it. Only 2 groups have managed to reach out to Tripura, which is very difficult in terms of access. And now the fact-finding teams are going into Tripura. So until now, that is the story. But also, let me tell you, Mr. Wadi, that essentially, let's understand Tripura as a state. It is essentially, it's a tribal state with a Bengali population and a Tripura population, but it is there is also divide between the Bengali Hindus and the Bengali Muslims, and on the other hand, with the tribal population. So that is the demography, and the Bengali Muslims are being targeted right now by the far-right Hindu groups mainly called the Vishwa Hindu Parishad and the Bajrang Dal. So that is where we are right now. But let me also tell you one more thing, that in the Dasara festival, that is the big Hindu festival in Bangladesh, and I wish you had called me at that time as well, because there was a 1 week long pogrom against the minority Hindu population of Bangladesh by Muslim extremist groups, where what they've done is that in the Dasara Puja Pandal, Durga as the feminine divine, a very holy figure in the Hindu pantheon, and the Hindus celebrate this in a big way, especially in Bengal, both in Bangladesh and in India's West Bengal. So what happened is that there was a case of a rumor that spread that Hindus have insulted the Quran, and they've kept the Quran at the feet of the Durga Mother's idol, and then an entire pogrom started against Hindus, and lots of temples and puja pandals were destroyed across Bengal. It went on for a week, and actually it was again done by one guy called Iqbal Hussain, who's a drug addict. He was given the task to actually go place the Quran. The Quran was given from a mosque. Those CCTV footage exists. If you want to look, you can go to the Dhaka Tribune and read these stories. And so how you had extremist right-wing Islamic fascist groups in Bangladesh attacking Hindu minorities, and then you had the retribution coming into Tripura, where you had Hindu fascist, communal extremist, fundamentalist organizations attacking the Muslim minority. So that is where we are right now. But I think it is very clear that both kinds of fascisms, be it the Hindu right wing or the Muslim right wing or the Jewish or the Christian or whatever we have, all these kind of right wing extremist forms of religion targeting minorities needs to be condemned unequivocally.
Yes, I think what is of concern is it seems to be a case where there has been a retribution coming through from the far right-wing Hindu groups, from what you have described. Now, we've had the report about 4 mosques being vandalized, and you have mentioned that 16 mosques have been basically destroyed. And there are also reports coming through with regard to a number of daylight murders that have taken place, to the extent that even some children have now been murdered, Feroze.
We are not yet sure of the murders. We know about the massive property killing damages that they've done. They've burned down 15 mosques, vandalized. So as of now, we are not sure of the murders. It's very possible, because the problem is that the state government of Tripura is involved, the police are involved, they are supporting the right-wing gangs that are attacking Muslims. So this is like Gujarat all over again. This is the same state complicity of, because now we have a BJP government in the center in Delhi, and then we have a BJP government in Tripura. So right now there are not enough reports coming in, and it is a very, very worrying situation, and it just carries on.
Yes, just on what scale is the anarchy taking place right now? And you mentioned Gujarat, and just compared to what had taken place in Gujarat, is it at quite a large scale at this point in time?
It appears so. Then the last 2-3 days, things are scaled down, because the governor Satyapal Malik has come out. The Tripura High Court has come out to tell the police to take action. So it may be scaling down a bit, but the reports are still hazy. We really don't know what's going on. Though now 2 fact-finding groups have reached Tripura, so right now the reports are kind of streaming in. The other big worrying factor is that the media in India, both the national media and the regional media, is totally silent on what is happening in Tripura. This is unprecedented. When Gujarat was on in 2002, the national media was on the ground. The regional media was on the ground. We were getting reports. But here we are totally in the dark about what is actually happening. It is only, maybe the victims or certain elements from there who are giving us small stories or video uploads of what is happening. But the media in India is totally silent on what is happening in Tripura, and that is very, very worrying.
Yes, in fact, I have seen a comment come through with regard to Indian media coverage, saying that they've been covering everything that's been happening in Afghanistan, but not being able to cover the story happening in India. So there does appear to be collusion between the government, between the media, and as you mentioned, even the security services, the security apparatus like the police force.
Undoubtedly, right now the Indian media is amongst the worst in the world, and they are just the lapdogs of the Modi government, totally sold out. The media, as it is about big corporations, so these big corporations are totally in cahoots with the Modi government, and even those honest journalists who try to give both sides of the story, many have been arrested, many have been targeted, many have lost their jobs. It is very difficult being a journalist in India because this is 1930s Germany. Today, India is 1930s Germany. We are living in a Nazi state as of now. We are no more a liberal democracy. We are an illiberal authoritarian state. We are being converted from a liberal secular democracy into a Hindu fascist theocracy. That is what is actually happening. Earlier, lynchings were big news in this country, but now lynchings have been normalized, where it doesn't even make news anymore. In this very year, in the first 9 months of 2021, 300 attacks, documented attacks, have taken place on the Christian minority in India, and they are barely 2.5%. Massive attacks on the farmers' movement in India. The farmers' movement, which has now, for the last 11 months, have been struggling for their cause, for the cause of all Indians, because it is about food security. Because when the corporates take over the food sector, there will be no control on the food prices, as we are already witnessing. Today, petrol and diesel in India is the most expensive in the world. 260% taxes. This is unprecedented. So the Modi government is looting the people, and at the same time spreading hatred and polarizing the Hindu and the Muslim masses along religious lines, diverting all the anger of the masses towards the Muslim and the Christian communities and to the farmers movement and to the Sikh community, whilst they carry on to loot this country along with the corporate corrupt mafia that has taken over India today.
Yes, and finally, Feroze, in the absence of the security services failing to protect people who are being targeted, the mosques and properties that are being vandalized, what are some of the actions that Muslims are taking to protect themselves, their lives, and their properties?
I think it's basically I saw 2 videos of Muslims marching in Tripura, protesting in large numbers, and appealing to the government, center and state. As I said, both are BJP controlled, but trying to get the voices out. Now that has had an impact because the Tripura High Court has taken cognizance of this. They have told the police to take adequate action to stop the rioting and the loot. And at the same time, they could only defend themselves because the police are complicit in leading on the Hindu mobs in targeting the Muslims and their properties and their mosques.
Well, we must thank you. We appreciate you taking time out and talking to us this morning, Feroze. We wish you all the best as
but
well.
But my other request would be to cover what's happening against the Hindu minority in Bangladesh as well. So that is also a major blot on the Muslim community. But at the same time, in Bangladesh, we saw massive rallies in favor of the Hindu community. The government of Sheikh Hasina has taken action, and they are now organizing peace marches and marches for communal harmony across Bangladesh to stand in solidarity with the Hindu minority. But the right-wing Islamic groups in Bangladesh have been complicit in attacking the Hindus for a long, long time. So in 1971, 25% of the Bangladesh population was Hindu. Today they are like less than 8.5, 9% or 10%. It's come down that low.
Yes, Feroze,
So,
I'm sorry to stop you. Obviously, we are heading for the news, but you have highlighted the fact, and it is an issue we definitely will look into. We will definitely cover that issue in terms of what is taking place in Bangladesh. But for now, we thank you. We appreciate you taking time out and joining us this morning on the broadcast. We wish you all the best. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Nat.
Feroze Mithiborwala joining us out of India this morning. and huge concerns in the Bengal region of India in the district of Tripura. The time is headed for 9 a.m. We're heading for the news at the Al Ansar newsroom. Stay with us on the various platforms. We'll be back bringing you elections 2021.